أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب سيصلى نارا ذات لهب وامرأته حمالة الحطب في جيدها حبل من مسد صدق الله العظيم. The surah in front of us, Surah Lahab or Surah Masad, different names for it, meaning coming to the same. The background to this is very important to understand. Lahab referring to Abu Lahab. Lahab referring to Abu Lahab. Abu Lahab was the paternal uncle of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In studying Quran, in studying Seerah, it's very important that we firstly, as a background, understand the audience of the Seerah, right? Now, who are some key figures? Not key figures in themselves as if they were important, but because they played a certain role in the life of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whether positively or negatively, both ways. So the audience of the Seerah, the audience of the Quran Kareem is very important to understand as a background before actually going into the Quran or studying the life of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam directly. So Abu Lahab being one of those figures negatively, not in a positive light, but one of those key figures in a negative sense, that he was the uncle of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the paternal uncle. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his father Abdullah, whose father Abdul Muttalib, right? So Abdul Muttalib had another son by the name of Abu Lahab. Abu Lahab was a kunya. It was a way they used to address him. His name was actually Abdul Uzza. Abdul Uzza was his name, the slave of Uzza, one of the idols they used to worship. So Abu Lahab was, the Arab used to have kunya for a title of respect, so to say. So his was Abu Lahab, as he was a chieftain amongst the Quraysh. He was from amongst the chieftains of Quraysh. He was the chief of the Quraysh. So Abu Lahab, Lahab literally referring to the reddish complexion that he had. Why was he called Abu Lahab? He had a reddish complexion on his face, so they used to call him Abu Lahab, the father of this redness. It also means flame. Lahab also means flame. So kunya over here, the Quran using this, the Quran over here is not referring to Abu Lahab as a way of respect for him. Rather, Quran is actually almost, so to say, mocking that name of his. That they call you Abu Lahab because of the reddish complexion. Here will refer to you as Abu Lahab because you're the father of Jahannam, flame. Abu Lahab, that's why he's being referred to over here. So the background to this, Abu Lahab being the uncle of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam, though he was the uncle of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was from amongst the most staunch people against the spread of deen and the message of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Against Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and against the message of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam and against the Sahaba in general. That comes in different narrations that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would go to the marketplaces calling to the people, قُولُوا لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهُ تُفْلِحُوا قُولُوا لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهُ تُفْلِحُوا Say La ilaha illallah, you will be successful. He would go from tribe to tribe calling people, or from market to market calling people towards the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And at the same time, Rasulullah he would give his message. Immediately after that, Abu Lahab would be following him. Can you imagine, for example, if you're going somewhere, you're not even calling anywhere, you're just going somewhere, someone's just following you. All they do is following you. It gets annoying, right? After a bit. Imagine Rasulullah is calling people towards La ilaha illallah, oneness of Allah, and this person's following, and immediately after Rasulullah is finished, he says that no, don't listen to him, this person is majnoon, he's crazy, he's sabi, he's turned away, he's kafir, whereas he even would say that he does bid'ah, that he's a mubtadi', that he's calling you towards bid'ah, it's an innovation. Rasulullah brings the right message, and what's he calling it? Bid'ah. So Rasulullah he would be doing da'wah, and Abu Lahab would be countering that da'wah of his. So once what happened, that Rasulullah when the ayat were revealed of وَأَنذِرْ عَشِيرَتَكَ الْأَقْرَبِينَ, that warn your close family relatives. The ayat were revealed that warn give da'wah to your close family relatives. So what Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam did as per the habit of the Arab, that whenever they wanted to warn someone, for example, if someone is to see there is another tribe coming to attack, if something is of danger, what they would do is that they would climb a high place, for example, the mountain, a high mountain peak, and they would call out to the people. Obviously, at the time the villages were small, so if someone is on top of a high peak and they call out, everyone can hear that. So Rasulullah ﷺ climbed the mountain Safa and he called out the Ya Sabaha. That was the way they used to call out to the people, and he started calling the clans of Quraysh, the Ya Bani Abdul Muttalib, etc. And he called the different clans, his close family relatives. So when they heard this, they came close. So they answered. So Rasulullah, and amongst them obviously was also Abu Lahab, he was also part of the clan. So Rasulullah ﷺ, he asked the people, oh people, tell me this, that if I am to tell you at this point, if I tell you right now, that there is someone behind this mountain, or some people behind this mountain, and they will attack you, and they are coming to attack, would you listen to what I'm saying? Would you accept what I'm saying? So the people said, of course we would listen to you. Now let's analyze this, what happened right now, and then we'll go forward inshallah. Now what is happening that Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he's on a high place, a high mountain place, a high peak. And he asks the people that, will you accept what I'm saying? So the people affirmed what Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam saying. They answered yes, we will accept, based on two reasons. One, that he was already known as a Sadiq al-Amin. That Rasulullah ﷺ was known as the truthful. Before anything to do with the Risala, Rasulullah ﷺ, he was known for his character, his sidq, his truthfulness, and Amin, that he was trustworthy. Right? Two very important qualities, truthfulness and trustworthiness. So an amana, a trust is given, a person fulfills that. So both of these qualities, Rasulullah ﷺ was known by these two qualities amongst everyone. So they said yes, we would. Secondly, a person's intellect, mind tells you that person who is on top of the mountain peak, right? He can see what is on one side and on the other side also. The one that is higher on the top of the mountain peak, the people at the foot of the mountain, they don't know what's beyond the mountain, right? Because the mountain is bearing their vision. So what makes sense is that you listen to the person who is on top, who can see all the sides around him, all the directions, right? So these two reasons, so the people said that yes, of course we would listen to you. One, you are already truthful and you're trustworthy, and obviously you're on the top. If you tell us there's someone behind, we can't see, you can see, we'll accept what you're saying. There is no reason for us not to listen to you. So then Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he tells the people that I warn you of a day which is to come, and he calls them towards Tawheed, etc., etc., and gives the entire message. When Abu Lahab hears this, now what is the secret behind this entire setup which Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had? That behind this, that Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was standing on the top of the mountain. This is to signify that Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam sees and knows what we don't know. That he sees the wahi, he sees the ghaib, the wahi comes to him, and it only makes sense that you should listen to that. So Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, using that same psychology, stood up on top of the mountain and called to the people. When he told the people this message, then at this point Abu Lahab, he obviously didn't stand to that, and he retorted and said to Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, "Tabban laka alihada jama'tana." That he uses the same word, the Quran uses the same words that he used. He said tabban laka meaning destruction, woe be to you. The alihada jama'tana, did you call us for this reason? So obviously even at that point, when he said these words, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed these verses. The tabbat yada, the Abu Lahab is saying that destruction be to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rather, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran now has revealed that tabbat yada Abi Lahab, that may he be destroyed, may he be cursed. So that is the background to the revelation, the sababun nuzul, which we discussed, the cause of the revelation of this surah. So the ayat say, Tabbat yada Abi Lahab. Tabbat meaning perish, may they be perished. We say bad dua, it's a curse, it's an evil. So Tabbat yada, may the hands of Abu Lahab, yani may he be perished. It's a matter of linguistics, how it's presented in Arabic. May the hands, meaning may he be. Tabbat yada Abi Lahab, wa tabba, and perish he, yani he is perished. Tabbat yada, this was first a curse given to him. Watabba, the ayah is saying that this bad dua, this curse has fallen upon him. Not that it will and perhaps it will, perhaps it won't. No. First the Quran curses him. Tabbat yada, may he be perished. Watabba means and he definitely is cursed. Yani the curse has fallen. What was the effect of this curse? That after the Hijrah was done, and in the second year of Hijrah when Badr took place, after coming back from Badr, about a couple days later, 7 days some say, that a certain plague, a certain disease overtook Abu Lahab. The effect of that was that the people, they became so afraid of the disease that he had, that it was contagious, that they kicked him out of the house. His own family members, him being the chief of the house, obviously the owner of the house, they kicked him out of the house and said that you are not fit to stay with everyone. Why? Because if you stay, everyone else will become sick. And there was a foul smell and stench and pus, etc. coming out of his body. So they kicked him out, and in this manner he died, and the people couldn't even go to bury him. After many days, because the situation became worse, now his body started rotting, right, and it became worse, and the smell became even worse. Some people were called, and they buried him. They dug a hole, and they threw him into a hole and put rocks all over him. So in this manner, this is how he died. So this is what tabba means, and that indeed this destruction does come. And that is the effect of that person who openly was going against the da'wah of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tabba. In the world, whilst he was alive, he used to even say that, say for example, what Muhammad is saying is correct. What will save me is that I will use all this wealth I have, and my children, etc., my progeny, they will come to my help. So this ayah is answering that. مَا أَغْنَى عَنْهُ مَالُهُ وَمَا كَسَبْ, that never shall his wealth avail him. That he said that, perhaps, okay, whatever, what Muhammad is saying is right, that there will be a qiyamah. He said, I'll buy off everyone. I'll use all this wealth I have. And when a person becomes so blinded with his wealth, now he doesn't think after that. That the wealth, obviously, where did it come from? From Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, no, I'll buy off everyone, I'll buy off this, that's not how we work. So the Quran, the ayah is saying, مَا أَغْنَى عَنْهُ مَالُهُ وَمَا كَسَبْ, and whatever he has earned. Some mufassirun say that ma kasab refers to his progeny, his children. That a point comes in a person's life where he becomes very proud over the children he has. He said, I have so much in my progeny, especially amongst the Arab. This was something that they used to pride themselves over, their progeny. So ma aghna anhu maluhu wa ma kasab. Rather, what will happen? Sayasla naran dhata lahab, that he shall roast in a flaming fire in hell. Dhata lahab. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used that same word which he had in his kunya. He used to call himself Abu Lahab. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses the same word, lahab, the flame. Yes, you are Abu Lahab, you are the father of the flame. Sayasla naran dhata lahab, he shall roast. Sayasla, he shall roast in naran, a fire, dhata lahab, a flaming fire. Now with Abu Lahab, it wasn't just him. His wife also used to help him. His wife was actually the sister of Abu Sufyan. Abu Sufyan, who accepted Islam right before the Hijrah, before in the 8th year was, sorry, not Hijrah, Fathu Mecca, the conquest of Mecca was around 8th year of Hijrah. So right before that, a few days before that, sometime before that, Abu Sufyan had accepted Islam and the message of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His sister, Jamil bintu Harb, she was called Jamil. And she used to call herself Jamil, the mother of beauty. Here the Quran doesn't even refer to her with that name. There's no need to call you Jamil. وَامْرَأَتُهُ, just وَامْرَأَتُهُ, his wife. وَامْرَأَتُهُ حَمَّالَةَ الْحَطَبِ. Yani the ayah, the Quran is saying, and shall his wife, yani just as before that, he shall roast in the flaming in the fire, and so shall his wife, as shall his wife. وَامْرَأَتُهُ. Why? Because she used to assist him in that. She used to assist him in this. The one tafsir of the ayat that's coming, حَمَّالَةَ الْحَطَبِ, the stealthy carrier of thorny firewood, that she used to bring firewood or collect wood from the jungle, from the forest, and she would put it on the path of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Where he would walk in front of his house, the normal ways that he would take, she would come and throw these things just to cause distress to Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and to put harm in his way. Another tafsir of that, of Hammalat al-Hatab, is that she had a bad habit. What was this bad habit? Bad habit of carrying tales. So the Quran metaphorically calls it the one who carries firewood. Firewood meaning if you light firewood, just a slight match, there will be a huge fire and it causes so much destruction. And that is the same effect of those people that do namimah. They go from one person to the other carrying tales that this person he did this, gossiping, that this person he said this about you. Whether it's true or not true, in either way, a person does this just to cause corruption and fights amongst one another. So this is one of those actions which are very, very abhorred and chews up a person's deeds. And it comes in the aqwal, in the one saying of a certain tabi'i, that he says that few actions are such which are very quick to eat up a person's good deeds. One amongst them is this, namimah, carrying tales. 2, ghiba, backbiting, and 3, lying. All, if you see the common theme in all of these, has to do with the tongue. And the benefit, and there is absolutely, if a person sees, there is no benefit for a person in that. A person goes and lies uselessly for no reason. A person backbites about another. At the end of the day, what do you achieve out of that? Nothing. There's nothing out of that. Carrying tales, what's the objective behind it? The person gains some more wealth? No. All a person is doing is just causing corruption and hatred in the community amongst one another. So one tafsir is that that she used to have this evil deed, so the Quran is exposing this evil deed of hers. The third tafsir is that this will happen in Jahannam, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will use his wife, Abu Lahab's wife, to bring more firewood and burn, so that the flame in Jahannam becomes even more and grows even more in Jahannam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will use his wife for him to burn even more in Jahannam. سيصلى نار ذات لهب وامرأته حمالة الحطب في جيدها حبل من مسد. On her neck shall be a prickly rope of palm fiber. Yani in Jahannam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put this rope of this prickly rope around her neck, because of which obviously there will be difficulty. Another tafsir is that this is how she used to carry that firewood. That she used to carry that firewood, she used to tie it around her neck, and she used to bring that firewood in order to put it in the path of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And some say that this same thing became the reason of her death. It became the reason of her death, that one day what happened is that as she had tied it around her neck, she put the firewood over her head, tied it around her neck. One day that firewood dropped, it fell. When it fell, that same rope strangled her, and because of that she died. So both died in a very disgusting manner. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from these things, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to be those that actually help the da'wah of this deen.